I'd say it's common sense that we're getting these characters in the Book of Boba Fett Season 1, but the fact that we're getting more rumors and leaks to confirm it has me very happy. So if you want to talk about some plot leaks and character leaks for the Book of Boba Fett Season 1, stay past the sexy Papa Palpatine intro.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Okay, so while we're not getting a Boba Fett solo movie, funny enough due to Solo flopping, we're getting something better. An entire season. While the exact details of Season 1 is a bit of a mystery, we are told by Kathleen Kennedy and Jon Favreau that the Book of Boba Fett Season 1 will be basically The Mandalorian 2.5, which makes sense because the Book of Boba Fett Season 1 is between The Mandalorian Season 2 and The Mandalorian Season 3. So we get the Book of Boba Fett this December, and then sometime in 2022, we get The Mandalorian Season 3. Now, how these two shows are going to connect seems a bit obvious, though I am a little worried about them saying it's a 2.5 or like a between chapter, because I really want this to just focus on Boba Fett, but at the same time I'm excited to see where Din goes with the Darksaber and dealing with the Mandalorians and the responsibility with having the Darksaber, and also Bo-Katan being a bit pissy about him having it. It's interesting because we've had a lot of leaks that Din will be in the Book of Boba Fett, but it won't be a major role, so it's more just a cameo. He shows up, maybe we get an idea of what he's currently dealing with, and then we get to see more of it in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. So Din will be in the Book of Boba Fett, but it's going to be a very small role compared to these other characters that have been leaked. So according to the most recent leaks, we are going to get Greef Karga, Cobb Vanth, and Mayfield in the Book of Boba Fett Season 1. Seeing Cobb makes absolute sense. I mean, he's running a town on Tatooine. Boba Fett is now in control of Jabba's palace, and I would imagine what Boba Fett is doing is trying to clean up all the gangs on Tatooine and restore a bit of order, or actually just create order, because Tatooine's always been a little bit of a hellhole. But Boba Fett's going to need help with cleaning up Tatooine and getting rid of all the gangs and all that, and I see him turning to Cobb because Cobb is all about cleaning Tatooine up, specifically his town, but I'm sure he wouldn't be opposed to being like, oh yeah, you want to clean up more of Tatooine? I'll for sure help you. I, for one, don't mind seeing more of Cobb. I loved his character when it was in the little interludes in the book, but also the character they had play him live action is so hot that it's kind of just an added benefit. Mayfield is a bit interesting to me because we last left him on Morak and he was a free man. Well, he was registered as dead, but that made him a free man. I can see him going back to being a mercenary, but maybe he decides to go to Tatooine, decides to help out Boba Fett with a worthy cause, cleaning up the gangs of Tatooine, or just making it a safer, better place, because we see he does have a heart and he was pretty messed up after serving in the glorious Empire and the terrible things that happened at the end of the war due to the rebel scum. This would actually make a lot of sense, because at first when the whole Gina firing thing happened, Bill Burr seemed a bit cold on it and didn't really want to say anything for fear of maybe something happening to his job. But then I think he decided, fuck it. Disney doesn't own me. If you want to fire me for saying, hey, I think this is BS, then fucking fire me. So I think it makes a bit more sense now why at first he was a little reserved, and then finally he was like, yeah, no, I don't like this. I think he was scared of losing his role in the Book of Boba Fett. Greef Karga, I don't really know why he would be on Tatooine. He was last left on Navarro trying to help people and keep them safe. Maybe he just decides, wow, this is actually kind of boring. I want to go to Tatooine and hang out with Boba Fett and start a mercenary guild. But a cool one. I guess we could see him in flashbacks with Boba interacting with him, so maybe it isn't, him currently going to Tatooine and leaving the people he said he wanted to help and protect, or maybe he set up a system. I don't know. I think it makes sense for the Book of Boba Fett to not only deal with the present timeline, which we're told we're dealing with, but also to jump back and see things like how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc and seeing his face get all fucked up from the digestive juices. And I'm not saying anything mean towards the actor and having a fucked up face. I mean, I wasn't swallowed by a Sarlacc, and I'm just a fucking deformed mess. So I'm not attacking his appearance. I'm just saying for the age Boba Fett should be and how he looked prior to the Sarlacc, that was some intense aging and some bad stuff to his face, which would be explained by the digestive juices of the Sarlacc. So to see a flashback to him escaping that and suffering would be the coolest way to open the Book of Boba Fett. I'm serious. Opening scene is him in the Sarlacc and him just escaping and just being absolutely tortured and seeing other dead bodies in there in various states of agony as they're being digested. And really in the Book of Boba Fett, there is a lot of room to do even cameos of well-known characters popping in. I'm not saying we should get like fun cameos every season, like, oh, Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, CGI to look younger. I'm not saying that's what we should get. But I'm also saying, why not? Well, we don't even have to have huge cameos like that. It could just... Tatooine is a really happening place. Apparently the Force, like, really likes that shithole desert planet. So why not have more fun encounters on Tatooine? So here is my major guess. Okay, Book of Boba Fett does flashbacks to Boba escaping the Sarlacc pit, what he was doing, why he decided to have more of a code, though I'd argue he had a code before. Him and Fennec trying to clean up Tatooine, ruling Jabba's palace, ending up being the main... I don't know if he's going to be a crime lord, but at least the dude in charge and offering protection to the entire planet. We also have Cobb coming in, deciding to help him because, well, this is a worthy cause. Mayfield comes because, I don't know, sexy redheads. And Grief Karga, I don't know, he just shows up to start a mercenary guild. But let me know how you think these characters are going to fit into the first season of the Book of Boba Fett. How do you think this is going to be a between chapter of The Mandalorian Season 2 and Season 3? Are you looking forward to flashbacks and seeing the whole escape from the Sarlacc? And if not, what's wrong with you? Like on an emotional, spiritual level, not physically. Just, your soul is tarnished. But not as tarnished as people that make fun of cancer survivors' celebration shirts.